heard of Unibeam Alliance with me. Yo, okay, this video's purpose is to explain the State of the Union. Now, the State of the Union is the page that we are now active on. The Union is the actual movement itself. I'll get right into the point. The purpose of this unity is unification, of course, but let's get blunt. I myself, I have a lot going on in my career right now. A lot of successful things going on in my career. I just recently moved away from a business venture, which wasn't so healthy for that career, but there's no bad blood, but at least for me. Fever has a lot going on in his music career right now. So much that there will be a clothing line involved. You know, we won't go too much into that, as well as mine. Lefty Two Guns, for the moment, is not here. He is handling business. And amongst the business that he is handling, once again, it goes into his music career. Now, for some of you, a lot of you guys are probably doing just as much as we are doing, if not more. You guys are probably talking to A&Rs, you're talking to labels. I know Universal and Def Jam are down here a lot. Forgive me, I'm a bad speaker. I know a lot of you guys do performances, you put out posters, some of you have your own websites. That's cool, and we are not here to abolish any of those things. But at the end of the day, after you've done all that promoting, and after you've talked to all those people, you are still sitting right beside us, as well as the next man, and vice versa. We are still sitting right here next to you, still waiting on something to change in the city. And if not necessarily for the city, our lives, you know. So the purpose of this union, man, is to put an end to that. What we don't have is unification as people first. Now, we're all artists doing the same thing, yet we don't mess with each other. We all sit back and say, this is for the city, this is for the city, this is for the city, this is for the city. I do my music, man, I'm trying to put on for my city, yet and still, we don't fool with each other that's in the city. When people come in from out of town, we're so quick to flock into them, but when it's in the city, we don't mess with them. Why not? These are the same people that are at your venue perform. These are the same people scrolling through YouTube to see what's going on in their city. These are the same people on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, so on and so forth, looking to go on in their city, yet and still, you guys won't mess with each other. I will not sit here and decree that I'm not part of that. I have done those same things. But in recent lieu of my good fortune, I've come to the realization that, yes, it is great, man, to be talking to one of the people I idolize and know that they want to put me on, man, but I'd rather come up out of my city. And so with that being said, I want to make history, and I ask that you join us. I ask that you join Unibeam Alliance in making this history, man. We are not here to be president to anything going on. We are here to stand together with you and whoever else decides to join in, man, and make a difference. Now, a lot of you remember that the Screwed Up Clique, right? Screwed Up Clique, they came together as a bunch of homies and mangled with each other in their city, and they put on, man, and later on they brought somebody in here and brought somebody in there, but it finally came to an end. We're trying to put an end to that. We want to make history. Not only in so doing that, but we want to put everybody in together, as many people as we can now, and build a label base out of the city, man, that only messes with city talent. You know, we only want to keep Dallas a Dallas thing. You know, not to say we're not going to branch out, nothing like that. But once we build a foundation here, do you not see yourself going down in history as one of the first people to ever do this and make it successful? I am pretty sure a lot of you have thought to yourselves, dang, man, why everybody be hating on each other? You know, I know a lot of my peers like to say that, you know, not necessarily Fever, but a lot of people here in the city, artists like to say, oh man, they hating on them, they hating on them. Well, that's a misconstrued word. You know, for the most part, in my opinion, it's misused. To hate on somebody, you would have to envy them. But if you're honest about something that you feel and it's a fact, then you're not hating whatsoever. But we do discriminate one another a lot, man, and we would like to abolish that. Now, members of Unibeam Alliance, we have nothing in common but music. Now, of course, as people, we could probably bond on some things, but as far as the music go, we do not share the same style. Lefty Two Guns, in my opinion, is a proof. And from D12, if some of you know, his style is gangster, but at the same time as lyrical as they come, man. That young man can surprise you to a mental level, man, you wouldn't even begin to fathom. Me, myself, I am more of a storyteller. I like reality. I love to be raw, but I definitely like reality. You more than likely will never hear me talk about any materialistic things whatsoever. It probably will never be. Fever, on the other hand, is the sickest of all of us, man, in my opinion. Fever is definitely the Tech 9, you know, the Royce the 5'9" fusion that a lot of us just can't stand up to, man. But the point in that being is that we don't have the same style, yet we come together in an alliance. We are not a squad, we are not a gang, we are not a unit. We come together as an alliance. We come together with one understanding that we have a common goal, and that's what we ask you to understand. The union is for a common goal. For those of you who don't have a camera, there is the same amount of you who doesn't have a studio. And you can come together and you can bond on that. And you can help each other out. You don't have to just record him and he just shoots your video. You can also help each other promote, because that's promotion in itself. Not only is that networking, that just expands how much you get heard. For some of you, you don't have time to sit back and promote your music, and some of you, you don't have the resources to do it. Well, another person has exactly what you're missing, and you have exactly what they're missing. Some producers have a lot of beats that they just need somebody to come on, whether they be raw, whether they be reality, materialistic, however that fact may be, you have exactly what they're looking for. And you can come together on that, then you just expand. And if we all come together, we can expand. We can make a unification out of putting aside the prejudice. And that's what Unibeam is asking. Unibeam is asking that as a city, do something different, stand up together. A lot of people in the United States love to blame Obama for this, and that, but Obama has really cleaned up a huge mess. And we're asking that you clean up your mess. Though a lot of people other than yourself have made a bad name, you might figure you can change that right now. You could be the person that turned the table and made it worth watching Dallas all over again. Unibeam Alliance begs, man, that you join the union. I'm just like you, man. I am not here I am not here to try to be the president to anything. I am just like you. I'm here to learn from you, and hopefully I can teach you something. Unibeam Alliance, State of the Union. Which wasn't so healthy for that career, but there's no bad blood.